Vitoria Plzen won, Man United 2. Wasn't about the performance, it was just about the result. Especially when you go away to such a European side. When you go to places in Eastern Europe or Middle Europe, those are the places where it doesn't really matter how you win. It's just about can you get the win or can you not. And today, we got the win. That's what's important. Because guess what? Now, all we need is a win against Rangers and we're almost there. Or we're pretty much there into the round of 16. And not much to say. Today's game, the first half was just pointless. There was nothing happening at all from either side. Whether that was Vitoria Plzen, whether that was us. There was nothing concrete happening. Whether that was creating chances, whether that was crosses into the box. But the only threat I saw in the first half was to us when they put in their crosses. When again, at set pieces, we're weak again. Or at crosses, at first balls, we do not win our first balls again. Guys, we need to sort that out somehow. Whether that's Amorim, whether that's the coaching staff, somebody needs to sort that issue out. We need to win our first balls. And this happens regardless of what lineup we've been fielding. But let me give props to Amorim though, first of all. This game, even if we had lost this one, this wasn't on Amorim. It was on the players. The reason why the quality was so bad, well, is the players and also because of the pitch quality. The pitch quality did not allow us to progress the ball as we want to. Let's say on a Premier League pitch, we can fizz the ball at 50 miles an hour. Maybe here, we could only fizz it at 40 miles an hour. And you know, it might seem so small, but you guys know, like 1 millisecond can change everything in football sometimes. Same way, the intensity of passing can also change with the quality of the pitch. And that is why we saw, it wasn't just one or two players. That is why we considered a goal in the first place, because Onana gave away the ball. Yeah, many people might just rush to blame Onana. But think about it. If you are in Onana's position, if you are very used to the ball gliding on the pitch, but now suddenly you have a rock hard pitch where the ball isn't gliding as smoothly anymore. Now you end up misplacing a pass and then they score. Which, yeah, you could say maybe Onana should know better, but it's very hard for these players to adjust. So we have to take that into consideration. And there were multiple times where the same thing happened, whether that was with Dalo, whether that was with Casemiro, whether that was with Zirkzee. Multiple players had a poor game, probably because of the quality of the pitch. And that is why we saw that Amorim had to make 3 changes. And those 3 changes probably changed the game completely. With Hojlund, with Mount, and with Anthony. Them 3 impacted the game exactly like we needed to see it. Rashford was taken off. By the way, can we talk about what a bad performance it was from Rashford and Bruno Fernandes? Rashford was non-existent. He was misplacing passes again. I know people like to throw this attitude thing out there. If anybody deserves this attitude blame against them, that would probably be Rashford, that would probably be Garnacho. He's probably going on the transfer list very soon, and this performance just backs it up. Nobody can now say, anybody, even the most loyal Rashford supporter, cannot say that this guy has any role in our team anymore. Sure, he was good maybe 2 years ago, maybe he was good a year ago, but he's not that anymore. We can clearly see he's lost a yard. He's lost whatever quality or whatever motivation he had to perform. So now he's just resigned to the fact that he's going to leave. And what we can do is just cash in. That's the best we can do. Same time now, let's talk about Bruno Fernandes. You know that one saying, a leopard never changes its spots. That is Bruno Fernandes. Because I thought he did change. I thought he did try to become more controlled once Ten Hag left. In the root games, I saw that. And in the initial games of Amorim, I saw that as well. But the last 3 games from Bruno, he's just gone back to the old Bruno. And in fact, I would say, categorically, this was one of the worst games I've seen from Bruno of all time. You know what this reminded me of? You remember that Garnacho cameo against Leicester, where he had one of the worst performances I've ever seen, but then he still scored a goal. And then people try to cover his performance up with that goal. I don't know what's happening on Twitter. I don't know what the general fan base's reaction is yet. But if anybody is propping up Bruno after this performance because of that one assist he got for Hojlund, please count me out. Because from what I saw, he should not be starting. He should not even come off the bench against Man City. That's how bad I think today's performance was. Him being the captain, he should show way more. But we keep saying the same things again and again. But guess what? we see him play the same way again. He will play the same way against Man City because we know the captain is not going to be dropped against Man City. But this needs to be brought to our attention, guys. I thought Bruno could change things, but it just goes back. He will go back. It's like, you know how we always say Rashford can have a purple patch, but after the purple patch is over, then what? He'll go back to the same Rashford he is now. The same thing with Bruno. Yeah, can he play controlled? Yes. But then will he go back to the old Bruno? Yes. Because that is his tendency. He will go back to what he knows. Let's also point out the fact that today Amorim got many things right, including the substitutions like I mentioned before, but also the starting lineup. Why do I say starting lineup? Because when you go to one of these kind of sides in Europe away, the one thing you do not want to do is overwhelm them too much, because guess what? They can hit you on the counter. Or number two, you defend and let them attack first to gain momentum. One thing you do not want to see is that these fans are behind their players instantly from minute one. And that is why Amorim selected a possession team. And we tried to keep possession in the first few minutes. And that allowed us to take momentum away from Plzeń. And that allowed us to, well, adjust into the game. And yeah, we could have done way more. First half was horrible. But we could have improved on attacking play. And even in the second half, guys, I know we won. I know we might have already forgotten about it because we won the game and happy days. But don't forget the fact, after we scored 2-1, you know, in the last 5 minutes of the game, we could have scored 3 more goals. There were 3 opportunities for 3v1s. And guess what? We lost all of them. Whether that was Ahmad's ball, whether that was Bruno's ball, whether that was Hojlund's ball. We messed it up 3 times, guys. The same scenario, we messed it up. This shows you one thing, that the players are probably worse than all of us thought. Are way worse than all of us thought. And this is why we need upgrades not in the summer, but we need them in January. If we can sell Rashford for 40 million, take that 40 million, invest it in a winger. I don't care even if it's from Brazil, if it's from Argentina, somebody we've never heard of. Take them, let them develop maybe. As long as we can see somebody playing that can carry some sort of value, because at the moment, Rashford does not carry value, Garnacho does not carry value. Ahmad is probably the only winger who does carry some value. None of the others do. And yeah, and against Man City, I would say, considering the winger performance, considering everyone's performance, I would say the front 3 should probably be Hojlund, Ahmad and Mount. And for me, I would actually start Anthony at right wing back as well. Well, that's all for the next video where we'll preview the Man City game. For now, it is Viktoria Plzen 1, Man United 2. We won in Europe away from home, a place we would normally not win. So I'll take that on board and we go on to the next one against Man City, the derby. So see you all in the next one.